What's up guys, Ryan here from MudGunner, and today I'm going to be replacing some optics on my gun, so I figured I would just show you guys what I'm doing. I have a few different guns here. I have a new acquisition, and then I have two guns that I've had for a little bit now, but I also have an optic that I haven't been using. So I kind of got this idea. Originally it started from my buddy Cade, and he said that I should put a EOTech 512 on my Galil here, because this gun is starting to turn into a serious gun. At first, it was just a fun range gun, to be honest. Like, I wasn't planning on anything intense for it. Still not planning on anything intense. It's just, again, still a fun range gun, but it's building up some pretty cool capabilities. So, I've talked about it before on like my optic preferences and stuff like that. There are good affordable options as well. Like Holosun is definitely one of them. I use a bunch of Holosuns, but I tend to run them on guns that are not necessarily, I guess, serious guns, ones that don't serve like a self-defense purpose. And I know that can go a bunch of different ways because honestly, I do have a lot of guns and I do like collecting guns, but I try to shoot as much as I can for you guys. Yeah, it's kind of, again, a lot of different ways to take it, but there's pros and cons of running cheap optics versus expensive name brand optics. I would say there's a reason why military or law enforcement agencies choose the higher end optics like EOTechs, Trijicons, aim points. It also comes down to, I see this in comment sections on other YouTubers' videos. So you think big YouTubers, right? They might be sponsored by a lower price point optic company like Primary Arms, Holosun, stuff like that. Again, not dogging on any of them, but you'll notice YouTubers talk about those optics and how they recommend them and how they're sponsored by them, but you'll notice in all their guns, they're running the aim points, EOTechs, Trijicon, stuff like that. I'm not sponsored by any optics companies, but I do tend to run those. So that is kind of my opinion. I like running those on like my main guns, and I tend to run the lower price point optics on my not main guns. So this wasn't really a main gun at first. Again, I got it for a fun gun. I thought of it as a Galil RPK. That's why I did the drum mag, and it's a heavy gun. Like Galils are noticeably heavier than most other guns, but I do think they're a replacement option kind of for the AK because they take AK mags, but they come with a top rail. I like the charging handle on the left side better. This one, the way it's set up, it shoots extremely soft. I've done a video on it. You should go check that out. It's in my demonetized playlist on YouTube. Anything that gets demonetized gets like shadow banned, so it doesn't even have a lot of views, but honestly, it's a really cool gun. It shoots great, and it's an expensive gun. Like, they're 1,800 bucks brand new. I didn't pay that for it. I bought it used, but it does look odd when you put a sub $200 red dot or a $200 red dot on an $1,800 gun. I understand that. So today's topic for this one is I'm going to be moving this EOTech 512 onto here. My buddy Cade's the one that told me that I should run this because he thinks it'll look good. And honestly, I was like, you know what? You're right. It will look good. And what I do have, I have this EOTech 511. So this is an old discontinued model. It's a night vision model. It takes two E90 batteries, which are kind of weird. They're like N-volt batteries. I have a couple on order, so I don't even know if this works 100%. It's supposed to. I got it from a buddy of mine. But this is kind of meant to be the Sicario AR clone that was used by Jeffrey Donovan. So in the movie, they used an EOTech 553, which that's not this. Those are hard to get right now, so that's a discontinued EOTech as well. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to run this 512 on here because I think it'll look a little bit more appropriate than the Holosun. Then I'm going to run this EOTech 511 on there because it'll still fit the Sicario movie vibes, even though it's not the exact one. This is an old beat up, either military and law enforcement used one. To be honest, it had a lot of dirt in there, probably from the Middle East if I had to guess, but I don't know. So yeah, I don't even know if this works yet. I'm just waiting on batteries for it. I haven't shot this gun yet, but again, this is my Sicario build, so I thought this would look good on there. That would look good on here. And then I recently picked this up. This is just a build AR. It's a Noveske lower with a Colt Commando upper. I have no idea exactly what I want to do with this yet. I really want to source a Noveske upper for this lower. It's just the Gen 1 N4 lower. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. So I was like, you know what? We could throw the Holosun on here and just use it as a fun range gun because that's all it is for me. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I just wanted to swap it around and show you guys. Downside is when you swap optics, you have to re-zero guns, which again, I haven't even shot this one. That one I just picked up. This one's zeroed, but I don't mind re-zeroing it. It just means I get to bring it out to the range again. And zeroing guns is very easy. I've done a video on this in the past. It's pretty easy to zero a gun. You can do it in less than a box of ammo. So yep, that's what I'm doing today. I got my dog Harley here. She's kind of in the way, but it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna lay this down right here. One thing that I recommend for any at-home stuff is get some type of screwdriver set. I use this Wheeler set more than anything. It just comes with a basic amount of like screwdriver bits. They sell bigger sets, and there are times where I have two small sets. I have this one and then like a Winchester branded one. There's times where I don't have the right bit in this, but I have the right bit in that one. But Wheeler sells a bigger screwdriver set that basically comes with everything you could need. Price-wise, I think they're 30 to 60 bucks or even more depending on what size you get. But this is a really good set and it travels really well in a range bag. And then I also keep some blue Loctite in here, so I think that's important. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do is just swap these around. And also, we're on video 280 in a row. So this is 200 days in a row of posting a daily YouTube video. So I want to thank everyone for watching the channel so much. I know you guys can't watch every single video because that's a lot, but I appreciate those that do. So I notice it. And another thing is I do weekly viewer build videos, and every week is a different theme. This coming week, or this Friday, is going to be viewer build 17, so 17 weeks in a row. The topic is going to be quad rail guns. And I actually need more submissions for this week's viewer build. So if you want to send a picture of your build with a quad rail on there, you can send it to my email. It's sales@atroxco.com. Again, I do these every week, so if you want to see what it's like, go check out one of my previous ones. I have a viewer build playlist. And yeah, what you're going to do is you're going to send a horizontal picture of your gun, a clean background, please, and a good quality picture. Just send it to my email. Describe it from tip to butt, what you've added to it or done to it. And yeah, it should make it into this week's viewer build video. I'm looking for about 10 or 15 more. So even if I get more than that, that's fine. Just if you don't mind sending them to my email, that'd be awesome. And yeah, you'll get it shown in this week's viewer build video. So it doesn't have to be an AR. It could be a Galil with a quad rail if you want to. But all right, so we took that off. I'm just gonna throw it on here. This is an empty mag. I just thought it looked cool because again, it's a Commando upper on a Noveske lower. It's got the Maxim PDW brace on there. And at first I was thinking, you know what, I could turn this into like a budget honey badger kind of build, but I also have this that I'm gonna suppress, so that could be like my budget badger build. And I don't know, I don't wanna do two 300 blackouts that are built up basically the exact same way. I'm thinking about keeping this as a 5.56, but again, I wanna source a Noveske upper for it that'll kind of match it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on this. And then for now, it's just gonna get this Holosun red dot on there, or green dot specifically. This is the 403C. It's a great dot, works good. Again, if you watch my Galil video, it was accurate and easy to zero, retains zero very well. So I do like these a lot. And yeah, I know I kind of fall into that category of, you know, you stick with the name brand stuff, but that's just my personal preference. Again, I recommend these, but I still like running the name brand stuff over it. So take that with what you will. I'm not sponsored by any company. This is my personal opinion. So at least I'll tell you guys that. Other YouTubers may not. Cool, so that's on there. And yeah, I mean, just a fun little range gun. So it's all set up. It'll be easy to zero at the range. And then we will put this one, clear all these for you guys, but they're all clear. So EOTech 512 on my Sicario build gun. And in the movie, he was running an EOTech. He had a Knights rail. This is a Daniel Defense rail. I don't think he had a sling. He didn't have a rear sight, but I've kind of made it my own because it's hard to not have a rear sight on a gun for me, especially if I have the space for it. So there's that. This might be a boring video for you guys. You're not really seeing me do anything, but yeah, I just wanted to do this and show you kind of what it's like when I acquire new things. Sometimes you do move stuff around. So we're gonna put this one on there, and this one looks sick. I just hope it works good when I get the battery. The other reason why I didn't want to throw this one on the Galil, because the Galil has a laser, which it's just visible only. It's a green laser from Holosun. This would be cool for night vision, but it's old, so I would probably get a more modern night vision optic if I wanted to use it on a night vision gun. So again, I think this just looks the part, and I'm hoping once I get a battery, it still looks pretty clear, but I don't know until I get that. So that should be here in like the next week or so. Yeah, it's kind of a salty EOTech, but I still think it looks cool. So check that out. Let me know what you guys think. It looks rough, but it fits the vibe. And I think at some point my Sicario AR is gonna have a Knights Armament rail. I do have other guns with Knights Armament rails, but they're all set up for different builds. I just need another one for this. But I also really like this Daniel Defense rail. I don't wanna get rid of it, so I don't mind it on here right now. But I think that looks pretty sick, and hopefully it works good once I get those batteries in. All right, so now we got those two done. Next up, we have the 512. It's going on the Galil. And you'll notice the laser is gonna probably be in the way a little bit, but I gotta see how it's gonna shoot. So my setup here is I'm running a Surefire scout light and then a Holosun laser. I don't know the model, but The front button is my white light. The back button is my laser. And this laser is stupid bright, like very nice. I don't need it to be IR because I really don't see myself running this with night vision, but I want to do a low light shoot. And this with the bipod, 75 round drum, and that green laser, I bet it would be so much fun to shoot in low light. And by low light, I mean like just maybe sunset, not to where it's pitch black because then I'll use the light, but just dim enough that you can see the target and use the laser. So that's my goal with that one. And I think that would be a really cool range day, and I will bring you guys along with. One reason why like EOTechs are my favorite optics to look through, they are my favorite optics to look through. I like how big the window is. You got a pretty big clear window. The reticle, I'm just very used to it growing up playing video games. I've actually been replaying Battlefield 4, and I use a SCAR 17 with an EOTech on there. I really like the sight picture on an EOTech. I know they're a little fuzzy for a lot of people. They look more clear when you're outside, but yeah, it's just one of my favorite sight pictures out there. Cons are the batteries. The battery life in general just suck. Like it's a quarter what like a Trijicon or an Aimpoint does. But again, it's still my favorite reticle. Also, weight-wise, they're about twice the weight of most Aimpoint red dots or Trijicon red dots. So, pros and cons of everything. But I think the pro of this is it looks pretty good. Let me turn it on. Oh yeah, you can see through that no problem. The laser is like in your sight picture, but it's not in the way. So, let me know what you guys think. How does it look with the drum in there? Drop this thing. There we go. Boom. Does that look like a Call of Duty loadout or what? That's cool. And I can still get my charging handle. So, yeah, I like that. That was a good recommendation. So, thank you, Cade, for recommending that. I like it. And I know it looks like there's a lot going on here. There is, but it still has the main fundamentals that I keep with any gun, which is an optic, a sling, and a light. Now, the extras to this would be the laser and the bipod, and obviously the drum mag. But with it being a drum mag gun, I like the idea of a bipod because it kind of fills the role of a saw. I mean, simplest terms, I know it's semi-auto, it's not a saw, but again, that's why I called it like my Galil RPK, because you can just set up with this and mag dump. This has an ALG trigger, and it is stupid light. I'll show you the clip of me dumping it on that one range day. All right, we're gonna just send it. That's so much fun. We lost my M-Lock rail cover here, but yeah, the sight picture is going to be much better with this 512 on there too, because again, bigger window. I like the reticle more. But yeah, that's basically what I got. So we got this one with the 511, we got this one with the Holosun 403C, and then now we have the Galil with the EOTech 512. And other than that, I think they're pretty much set up for a little bit now. I don't see myself changing anything on this anytime soon. Again, it's got the Atlas bipod, which is a really good bipod for it, and it holds up very well. And yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to be a part of that viewer build video, go ahead and send me the pictures to my email, and stay tuned for my next video. Thank you guys.